Hey gang, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of the Fishing Teacher, and much appreciated you guys checking today's video out and got some good info for y'all today. We're going to be giving some tips and advice on fishing spinnerbait shallow in the summertime. That's one of my favorite ways to catch really good fish, and especially June, July, and August. So we'll get into that. And real quick before we get started, guys, I just want to remind you today is the last day of our Spinnerbaits Father's Day sale. If you guys order a pair of my signature series, the RB2 series sunglasses, by today, you get them at 30% off. So I'll put the Spinnerbait link in the description if you guys can check those out. And if you see this video after Father's Day, you can also use the Spinnerbait link to check out the glasses there. So much appreciated there. Okay, guys, spinnerbaits, man. We've talked about spinnerbaits occasionally on the show, on the channel before, but these things have been one of the longest bass catchers that there have been. Not just bass, but all type of fish. Spinnerbaits originated. They started even back in the 1930s. And they've pretty much been unchanged. I mean, there's basically been some refinements in them, but basically they're just a wire and a hook and a lead head with some type of blade configuration that spins like that. Been around forever. Doesn't really look like anything. A spinnerbait does not look like anything a fish eats, but it's sort of one of those mysteries in fishing. For some reason, it triggers fish to hit. The combination of the blade and the skirt and the way it vibrates just catches a lot of fish. Now, spinnerbaits will catch fish 12 months out of the year, but depending upon the season that you fish it, you've got to sort of fish a different spinnerbait setup and sort of target different type of areas because it changes, you know, spring, summer, winter, and fall. So let's talk about the summertime. First of all, guys, when you're talking about spinnerbait fishing in the summertime, you've got to look for dirty water. It's like if you have a lake that doesn't have dirty water or off-colored water, spinnerbait's simply not going to be that good in the summertime. But if you have a body of water, I don't care if it's a farm pond or a creek or a river or a lake, whatever, that has less than 2 foot of visibility, specifically if you've got like that around 12 inches of visibility, excuse me, a spinnerbait can be highly effective in the summertime. I like the dirtier the better to me. If I can find water visibility that's 6 inches in clarity, that's even better. I want dirty water in the summertime. On top of that, another good aspect to have in there is you got to have some type of a shallow cover. Now, I prefer wood. If I can find shallow wood like stumps or laydowns and 6 inches of visibility, perfect scenario to catch them in the spinnerbait in the summertime. But the lake you fish may have shallow grass, you may have some big rock in the water, you may have riprap seawalls, you may have docks. So each lake is going to be unique to itself. But if you can find the combination of shallow wood, shallow logs, shallow fall down trees in the water, 6 inches of visibility, there's going to be a spinnerbait bite. Now, this is my favorite setup, guys. My favorite spinnerbait setup for the summertime is a 1/2 ounce model, some type of a white chartreuse type of a skirt. This has got chartreuse white and blue with a Colorado blade. Now, this is a number 6 Colorado, and I usually like to have a colored blade up front. This is a little orange or red, doesn't really matter. But this setup here, the 1/2 ounce with the Colorado blade and the colored blade, there's something about it that gets a lot of strikes for me. The Colorado blade is going to give you a lot more vibration than a willow leaf blade. So in that shallow water where it's dirty, they can simply find this a little bit better. Most of the time also, I'm fishing the spinnerbait pretty fast. So I'll throw it out there next to the cover. If there's a stump in the water, I'll throw it out there and I'll reel it back fairly quick. And I'm trying to keep it just under the surface. And a lot of times I like to make it where you can see the blades just bulge the water a little bit. They don't break the water, but occasionally you'll have a little bit of a surface disturbance. So keeping this bait high in the water column in that dirty water around that shallow cover is going to get you a lot of bites. So anyway, guys, and also you can fish it on heavy line. Most of the time I'm fishing it on 20-25 pound test Seaguar and Vizex line, fairly stiff rod like that Megabass Perfect Pitch 7.2 medium heavy, and just casting it around that shallow cover. So anyway, guys, good way to catch them. Find dirty water in the lake, get you a Colorado bladed spinnerbait. Look for that shallow cover. It adds up to some good fish. We'll see you guys later.